there. And, it's not, I don't want to give the impression here that we're just all talking about, body parts the whole time. There's a lot more at play. Could you tell us at all about some of the effects of hormone replacement therapy in trans women and how that affects you and your body?
Hormone replacement therapy. Go back to a time when you were, entering your formative teenage years and you had your body going through all these wonderful changes. Now imagine that you have been through that once already and you're doing it again if you weren't lucky enough to be able to stop that happening in the first place. So it's puberty number 2, or well, it certainly was puberty number 2 for me. So I've now got a lovely pair of my own homegrown breasts. I've developed fat redistributions. I've got a reduction in body hair in some parts, and well, basically my body has responded as you would expect a natal female to respond to, well, an endogenous female puberty. It won't get rid of certain things. I had to go and see a certain special person for that, but we'll get on to that later. But yeah, it's going to be, well, you're going through puberty. Again, you're going through estrogen-based puberty, so you're going to develop breasts. You're going to have certain fat redistributions. You're going to have reductions in body hair growth rates and body hair patterns, and it's going to just be, well, hello, I'm now going through an estrogen-based puberty, whereas I went through a testosterone-based puberty and I was a hulking mess of a human being, whereas I went through an estrogen-based puberty and it was one of the greatest and most rewarding times of my life because it was affirming who I was. That's not going to be the same for every trans person, and not every trans person is going to be as binary as I am. But for me, that's what it was like.
I really like how you describe that as, it is a natural process that, most people can remember going through, whether it was more estrogen or more testosterone, depending on what their body did when they went through puberty. But, this isn't really a weird thing, right? We all have these hormones and it sounds like they're having the expected results when you take them.
Yeah.
Wow. Imagine that. That's great. Well, okay. Tell us more. Like we keep asking you about, what are some wrong ideas people have? But I just feel like there might be a lot. Are there
there's
any?
Plenty of wrong ideas out there. There's plenty of wrong ideas. So the common myths that trans women are sex-hungry people who are still guided by, testosterone-based libidos is just a load of nonsense. Some people will still be sex-crazed nymphomaniacs, but, they were going to be sex-crazed nymphomaniacs, whether they had testosterone or estrogen flowing through them, most likely. But, yeah, you're just going to have a sex drive. It's going to be just like everyone else's sex drive. It's going to vary by person. And it's not going to be a shock when you go and see what a body looks like, because guess what? A body looks like a body. My breasts look like breasts. If you were to take a photograph of my breasts on their own, I'm pretty sure that if you were to line them up in a row of 50 other sets of breasts, you wouldn't be able to tell that they were trans women's breasts. You would just say, they're breasts. It's like that. They're not going to have written on it, rainbow-colored triangles saying that these are trans people's breasts. It doesn't work like that. Whereas it's crazy that people think that there's going to be differences in my body just because I went through an endogenous male puberty when I was a teenager and then went through an endogenous female puberty in my early 20s. I developed breasts. They're breasts. They don't magically become, 4-nippled Scaramanga things from James Bond that shoot lasers. It's not an Austin Powers movie.
Fair enough. And, that's an interesting point, too, because, also as a vagina owner, I have no idea, what to say, as far as what's it supposed to look like? Is it normal? I don't know. I hope so. I guess so. I mean,
Everything is normal. If it doesn't hurt, it's normal.
All I will say is that there are dedicated vagina museums out there where you can go and inspect pictures of vaginas, and they will all look different.
Yeah. Do you go to the museum and say, "Oh, this is the normal looking one"? I don't think so.
This is typical standard A vagina that we have here. It is, defined by its clear labia majora and labia minora with clitoris at the top. Here is vagina B. It has slightly enlarged labia majora and labia minora. The clitoris is slightly hidden by the clitoral hood. And here is vagina C, where there is a minimal clitoral hood and there is clitoris which is exposed, and there is exposed labia minora and minimum labia majora with vaginal canal opening, which is very defined here. It isn't like that, but that's what people think it's going to be like. It's just
Yeah, so nobody's body looks like the really vague drawing in the sex ed class.
Yeah. Well, let me call out real quickly allvulvasarebeautiful.com, which is kind of your online vulva museum, I suppose. I mean, I know that like 97% of the internet feels like it's a vulva museum, but this is presented a little bit more scholastically.
Yeah. But yeah,
I love those
resources. On that note, if you are in London, the Vagina Museum, wonderful.
Oh, I am adding that to my list.
For me. Fair enough.
I love it.